What's going on, everybody? Today, we're discussing 5 players to go and buy low to help you in your fantasy football league. As always, if you have any questions, please leave it down in the comment section below. We will answer every single one of them, I promise. Or if you want some outside help, consider joining our Discord. It's an absolutely free app that a lot of our subscribers have joined, and we help each other out. Let's get right into it. So, number one, I want to talk about a running back. Let's talk about Tony Pollard. A lot of fantasy managers seem to be underwhelmed with Pollard's production, which is kind of shocking to me since he's been one of the most consistent running backs this season. In 4 weeks, he's had 31 red zone touches and is top 5 in carries. Now, that's a lot of opportunity if you ask me. He may have a super rough game against the 49ers, not biased whatsoever. But if you have a chance to go out there and get him, please go do so. Up next, let's talk about running back Joe Mixon. This is a guy who I'm not giving up on just yet, and here's why. There are very few running backs in this league that are considered to be the bell cow of that offense. And what I mean by that is a 3-down back, and Joe Mixon is one of them. Mixon is still getting top-tier carries, even though the Bengals continue to trail in games. Just imagine what he could do once the Bengals finally get their act together. Let's continue on with the Bengals team. Let's talk about wide receiver Jamar Chase. That is our third player. Now, if they can't get going against the Cardinals and the Seahawks in the next 2 weeks, it might be over for the Bengals. I still think Chase is worth buying because he could be a true league winner if things do improve for Cincinnati down the stretch. Now, Higgins looks like he's going to miss some time, which could potentially put Chase through the roof as far as production. Already this season, he owns 29% of target share. He has the potential. We just got to get the Bengals to get their act together. Up next, we have another wide receiver. I talked about it a little bit last week. I'm talking about Jacoby Myers. We all know Devontae Adams is the unquestioned top receiver for the Raiders. But Myers has been a big part of this offense. You can't lie about that. In the 2 games he has played with Jimmy G, Myers had at least 10 targets and 80 receiving yards. Jimmy G missed week 4, and in that game, he only caught 2 of 4 targets for 33 yards. Since Myers is now coming off a disappointing game and is likely still being overlooked, I highly recommend targeting him in trades. While a 3-game sample size isn't something you should go all in on, Myers is the wide receiver 13 in half PPR leagues. He should be a solid addition to your squad as a top 24 receiver for the rest of the season. Up next, our last guy I want to talk about is a running back. Let's talk about Breece Hall. Now, the snap count is off, and there's a good chance that Breece Hall goes absolutely nuclear against the Broncos defense that has allowed the most fantasy points to running backs. Make no mistake, this is Breece Hall's backfield. Dalvin Cook has looked awful for the Jets, and the Jets are going to want to pound the rock, especially with Zach Wilson at quarterback. Trust me. Don't be afraid to go over the top, go all in to go get Breece Hall before he becomes impossible to trade for moving forward. That's all I got for you guys. Those are my 5 players that I think you could go buy low on that could definitely improve your roster for fantasy football. Now, we did hit 500 subscribers here on YouTube, so we will be doing a huge giveaway, which what we will be giving away will be announced on Monday, so make sure you catch our live stream Monday at 6:30 Central Time. Thank you all so much for joining. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up button if this helps you out, and also hit that subscribe button. And until next time, keep on grinding.